A victory for Texas against 3 lawsuits challenging the constitutionality of voting laws that eliminated straight ticket voting and brought changes to the mail-in ballot process. Fox 4's Sean Rabb in with the story tonight. Sean.
Steve, these federal civil rights lawsuits targeted the state's chief elections officer, the Secretary of State. But a 3-judge panel at the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals said in these cases, the Secretary of State could not be sued. It's a ruling that could ripple across other constitutional issues.
Here, a 2-judge majority of a 3-judge panel on the Fifth Circuit said the Secretary of State is not the right person to sue. You have to go down and sue county-level officials, somebody that's more hands-on with doing the ballot.
Justices Stuart Kyle Duncan and Don Willett, appointed by President Donald Trump, wrote the majority opinion in 2 challenges around mail-in ballots and the lawsuit challenging the ban on straight-ticket voting. Justice Patrick Higginbotham, appointed by President Ronald Reagan, wrote the minority opinion.
There was a vigorous dissent by a now, I think, 40-year veteran of the federal appellate bench that said this changes the rules about who you can and cannot sue in federal court to vindicate your constitutional rights.
Constitutional law attorney David Cole says it's a change that means no singular challenge.
There's only one Secretary of State. There are 254 counties in Texas. And so just automatically that makes it harder.
The split ruling said Secretary of State John Scott implements but does not enforce the voting laws.
That was one of the reasons why they ended up saying that the Secretary of State was able to have sovereign immunity and couldn't necessarily be challenged.
L.A. Bedford IV is a voting rights attorney and the grandson of civil rights lawyer and first black judge in Dallas County, L.A. Bedford Jr.
It puts everyone in a position where we need to find different doors to open.
Bedford thinks the Secretary of State could still be held accountable for things like poll watcher training, vote by mail, and voter registration applications, all created by Secretary of State.
It just puts us in a position where we have to find different ways to challenge these laws rather than using some of the old, previously used challenges.
But the ruling, a change that could impact other Constitution questions.
Every time you do that in one kind of case, it necessarily affects the rules for all civil rights cases. That's a change that's taking place here in the Fifth Circuit. It's taking place in the Supreme Court. And it's really taking place across the country as the federal courts are showing the effect of the more conservative judges that were appointed during the Trump administration.
There's been no word from the groups who brought the lawsuits or the state since the Fifth Circuit's ruling.